Google
Sure.
is not going to tell you everything. Can we tow with this van? And I thought about it. I think this is actually going to work. That's your job.
This is my job.
That's your job. Instead of showing up someplace and scrambling to find a reservation someplace.
Hi, beautiful girl. I see you.
Alright, so we are in Middlebury. We're at Grand Design's campground. They have this campground, which is pretty neat. It's just for people that come in for service. It's really handy, so you stop in here the night before or a few days before and then bring it in for service. So if you caught last week's episode, you saw that we had some truck problems, and we were worried that we were even going to make it here just because we thought it was going to get limited to 4 miles an hour. It ended up not, and it stayed at 55. So we've been able to cruise around and do some stuff when it's at 55.
Very minimally. We've been trying to drive the truck as little as possible, but there was a very relieved Corey when we finally pulled into the camper.
If you missed that episode, you should watch it.
Go check it out.
It's a good episode. We took it in to get diagnosed at a GMC dealer here in Elkhart, and it was exactly what we thought it was because we had a code reader. The same problem happened last year. And what we learned about that is we took it to get fixed the first time at an independent shop. Friends of mine that we know and trust.
Which is totally normal because we happen to be in Maine, and it was like you said, people we know. If you're living in a hometown, that's what you do with your vehicle. But because we travel full time, it kind of hurt us in the end.
Hindsight, had I known this was going to be a problem, or I never even thought that once you fix a problem like this, it's going to come back. But had we done it at a GMC dealer, they would have not only covered the parts, but the labor as well, as far as warranty goes. Luckily, GMC was able to cover the parts, which, knocked some money off too, but we still had to repay that labor.
Which is, 3 times, 4 times the cost of the actual part.
That's all sorted out. That we have one more stop to make, and then we're dropping the truck off back at the GMC dealer, and they're going to hook us up with a rental. So it's
all
working
worked
out good.
Much better than if we had been stranded somewhere an hour away trying to figure out how to get the truck somewhere, trying to figure out how to get the rig up here for service.
Get it towed, and we had a plan for that, but it didn't work out. You see me holding this thing. So this is a Blue Driver. I mentioned it in the last episode too, but I wanted to talk a little bit more and share a story. So this little thing, you just plug in your OBD2 reader and it connects to your phone. It reads all the codes, it sees all the data, and it's a really, really handy thing for peace of mind. We knew exactly what was wrong. One time, a couple years ago, we got a code and it limited us to no miles an hour. It said reduced engine power. We had this plugged in and we simply cleared the code and we were back on our way. Now the main problem with that was there was no shoulder where we were.
Yeah.
So there was no way to pull over safely and check on things and turn it off and turn it back on, and maybe that would clear the code. We simply cleared the code with this, and we have never got that code again in 2 years. It was just something random. So do yourself a favor. I think these are like $60 or something like that.
Yeah.
It is a huge peace of mind to have something like this.
Because that's a really unsafe situation to be in with your family. We were towing, and I can imagine if we had just been stuck there, what would have happened?
Yeah, we were going really slow for a second. It was like, slowed me down. And some cops were coming up behind us, police officers were coming up behind us. I was like, oh good, they're going to slow down. They passed us and kept on going. I was like, oh, thanks a lot.
We're done. It's definitely a valuable tool to have. We'll put a link in the description below.
So there's a few reasons why we're actually here. We end up coming up here at least once a year for regular maintenance on our RV, so we bring it into Grand Design. That's why we're here right now. It's usually an early morning. Everything in Elkhart's early because there's a big Amish community that's employed by the RV industry, and they originally, I think they started working super early at 3:30 in the morning or something, so they could do a full work day and then go back and still be able to work on their farms. So that's, I think that's how that started. I don't know if that's still the case.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but if you do ever stay at the Grand Design campground for the service campground, it is an early morning. There is stuff starting like at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Have your fans going.
have a little bit of noise going on in the background. So we are also here working with our partners, Grand Design and Lippert, on a really exciting project.
Yes.
We cannot wait to share it with you. We are working on designing something that we have not seen out and about before, and so as we continue
designing something as in a new RV.
Correct.
So I'm pretty excited.
So we are going to be keeping you guys updated on that and continually showing you as the process continues throughout season 8. And it just so happened that we were here for the last night of volunteer week, so we were able to join 400 Lippert employees with Lippert Cares, packing food for a local nonprofit. Always amazing for us to be able to come and serve, and for us I think it's really special to be able to come and connect and serve with people who actually are building the pieces of our RV that we use.
So we are actually dropping our rig off at Lippert now for more service, and then we drop the truck off. It's been service. But I'd rather take care of it in just one big clump as opposed to like, oh, this problem, oh, this problem. Oh. So anyways, we're taking care of a bunch of issues right now. And it's been really good, all things considered.
We'll keep you posted on what transpires.
And this is going to be kind of one of those skip to the good part moments. The truck is back. The truck is fixed. We had a wonderful minivan rental that I contemplated for a little while. Can we tow with this van? And I thought about it.
The girls were actually excited. Lily got into that thing and was like, do you know what I could build out in this van? It would be awesome.
I never thought of it. It's not going to work. But I sent a bunch of pictures out and everybody thought they got a kick out of it.
They thought it was funny.
Right now we're packing up. As you can see, we're always packing up.
I know.
To go someplace. We've been here a while, but like I said, we're skipping to the good part. I'm gonna go dump around the corner here, and we are heading to some friends' property. I actually really like this campground. During the week, it's a little loud, but very peaceful in the evening, especially with the Amish carriages clippity-cloppeting on the road. Right, not that dumping your tanks is ever cool, but it is kind of cool to be dumping our tanks where our RV was like literally built. These are the original springs that came on our RV. So yeah, these are 4,400 pound axles with drum brakes on them, which is what our RV originally came with. We have 5,200 with disc brakes, and that's one of the things that we were doing here. You've probably seen some of the videos where we've been breaking leaf springs left and right. Okay, so I was doing a pre-check before we left this morning. We have to make it to Georgia by tomorrow, and I noticed something that's a little bit not quite right. That is supposed to be attached. So we just had everything replaced. New axles, new equalizers, new springs, new everything. So the underside of our RV is super fresh. It's more of like skipping to the good part. Like, a lot's been done to this, and we're pretty excited. I'm going to be doing a video here pretty soon, just kind of my process of how I dump tanks. Clean Tanks was actually able to service our tanks last year, and I've never been able to post about that, but I think I'm gonna do a section about, how we do our tank maintenance.
Good to go?
Good to go. There's nothing better.
Nothing better than
some fresh
nice
tanks.
Clean tanks, ready for the next adventure.
Oh man, we just got off the phone with Michaela. She was just giving us a little preview of what to expect when we get there. I think that question comes up a lot, like with boondocking, mooch docking, harvest hosts, or boondockers welcome. Any of those situations kind of apply to this. You need to know what you're expecting. Google is not going to tell you everything. Google is going to give you a very 2D version of what this property looks like.
Meaning you're not going to know if your friend's driveway or family member's driveway has a very steep incline.
Straight up.
Straight up, we've actually had that experience before. So if we're going to a friend or family member's house that we've never been to, normally we try to FaceTime with them before we get there, or have them send us photos of what their driveway looks like, or how to get into the property, because maybe there are tree limbs that are too low, or maybe like there's a strange angle that might not be good for the trailer. It's one of the reasons why we love our travel trailer, because it's so easy to get in and out of family members and friends' houses. It's just more simple.
It is quite a bit more simple. I mean, we are still kind of long, probably just as long as a 40-foot fifth wheel.
But the height makes a big difference.
Makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. And basically what I'm willing to do. So have all those expectations put up front, because maybe it just doesn't work. You know, you don't want to get there and put yourself in a pickle where a clear conversation would have cleared it up before. You could make the proper plans instead of showing up someplace and scrambling to find a reservation someplace.
Yeah, that's never fun.
So get the pictures, get the FaceTime, you know, make sure, can we reach power? Do you have water? And the more communication you do beforehand, the better it is when you show up. Everybody's prepared, nobody's scrambling, because when you show up at a place that you want to visit with friends and family, you don't want to worry about the details.
Sure.
You want to chat, you want to catch up.
Exactly. Spend your time doing the important stuff and get all those details done ahead of time.
Just like in everything in life, the more communication you do, the better.
The better.
Okay, so I think we're parking up there somewhere. I'm gonna go walk it. Hi, Lily. I need you to hold back this weeping willow for me.
Oh,
that's your job.
This is my job.
That's your job.
All right.
Clear the way.
I got it.
Such a cool tree.
Yeah.
Good job.
You got it.
Watch the sun as it slowly crept from the horizon to the place we live. Oh, this could be the best thing I'll ever know.
Keep coming. Back end's gonna start going to passenger now. Straighten out if you can. Keep coming back.
Is that good?
Yeah, if the truck's in, then I think we're good. We made it to our friend Mark and Michaela's amazing property. It is absolutely gorgeous here. We talk about it all the time, how being neighbors with friends and family when you're traveling is so nice, and in my opinion it's a lot better than having to be a house guest, because you're not infringing on their home life and their daily activities, but you're living together in the same place.
Doing all the fun stuff together, then you can recharge if you need to in your own space, just like you would if you were hanging out with your neighbor in a neighborhood. So we can become temporary neighbors with a lot of different people, and we love it so much.
It is the best. So Michaela actually runs the entire philanthropic side of Lippert, and we have become very good friends with her and her husband, who is also a VP at Lippert, and we have been able to get to know her better because she has been the one that partners with us for Serve, has been so incredible in helping us and Pause for Love get Serve going this year. So we're really excited to spend some time with them. We've gotten to celebrate the girls' birthday here again with them. So the girls' birthdays both fell while we were in Elkhart. We had really big birthdays this year. We had 18 for Lily and Sweet 16 for Layla. So it was really, really nice to be able to have multiple celebrations with people, and we are getting ready to have a big family celebration here pretty soon.
Layla's gonna get like 3 parties for her Sweet 16. So we're heading back to Maine. We are printing and packing our shirts. They should be shipped a few days before Memorial Day. Maybe even you should be getting them by Memorial Day. No promises though, but that's what we're aiming for.
That's the goal.
Because I don't know how long shipping time is going to be, but they will be shipped a few days before Memorial Day. We're excited to get up there and do that, and for the family party too, because, you know, family.
Yeah, it's important for the girls. So we tried to make sure that for Lily, when she turned 16, that even though it was a couple months later, that we went back home and had that really special party with her cousins. A lot of people ask us how we do these things when we're traveling full time. And sometimes it's just kind of being flexible with what that schedule is. So even if it's a couple months afterwards, like have the party, go back to your hometown, visit with family, and throw those things. We also this year will be adding a first for us. We will be also throwing a very big graduation party for Lily as she graduates from high school.
Too many milestones for this conversation.
Corey can't talk about it anymore.
So my sister used to live in Corpus Christi. They have since moved to outside of Chicago, so they're right here. So they were able to come and visit us. It's Kinsley's first birthday, and it's so nice to be able to connect all over the country. You hear us talk about it all the time, but we're very intentional about making sure that we're seeing stuff and that we're also seeing friends and family. So yeah, that's the question we get a lot. Like, how do you guys do it? How are you away from family? And when we get back and when we go find family, we are very intentional about the time we spend with family. And it, you know, I think it actually is even better because everybody's excited. That's just how we do it.
So we've been here for a few days. The girls have been playing in the heated pool. They've been hanging out by the pond and doing school, watching the swans swimming around. It's just been like really relaxing and like recharging for us.
Yeah.
We also were able to stop and visit some of our crew members who are on their way up to Alaska and we're stopping for service. We love being able to connect with people while we're on the road, and Elkhart just seems to be a really cool place to do that. And next episode, we are going to be catching up with Nathan and Marissa. They are on their way up here, and Marissa and I are going to be taking the one-day course with RV Owner School that Lippert has set up at their technical institute. I'm a little nervous. I'm not sure what that's going to entail, but we're gonna jump right in. We've invited some ladies to join us, and we're really excited.
It's going to entail you doing more work and me doing less work.
That's what he hopes it's going to entail. Maybe I'll just be able to tell him he's doing something wrong. I don't know. So we'll catch you guys next week.
Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll